right? So just find whatever fixes your mind, whatever makes your mind, whatever holds your mind. If what holds your mind is one form of God, then you do that. Because we have to develop that capacity. If what holds my mind is worshipping on Ishvara as Sarvagnya, then do that. If what holds my mind is worshipping Nirguna, then do that. But you and I have to take time to study what holds our mind and do that. We don't have to go on and try different things here and there and all of that. Sometimes we don't have faith in our sadhana. Sometimes people are like this. They will chant a mantra and then they'll say, I've been doing japa on this god, but I don't know if it's working. Should I change the mantra? I'm like, it's not like it happens in 1 month. It takes years. It's not that your powers, your communication with God, your focus will come right away. Our sadhana takes time. If we keep shifting from this God to that God, to Nirguna, to Saguna, and I heard this lecture, and then I'm doing that lecture, and then I'm doing this, and then it will become so confusing. Whatever holds your mind as a seeker, you put your mind there. Because really the first step to all of this worship is to train the mind. And if I fail at that, then I will fail at everything. So this is what Lord Krishna is trying to say. Let's be honest with where we're at and start from there. It's better to go step by step, rather than just going so fast and being unprepared. Right? So now Lord Krishna says, okay, now, so those are who worship my Nirguna Brahma. Now let me tell you about those who worship Saguna Brahma. Let me juxtapose it and let me tell you also about them.
Ye tu sarvani karmani Mai sanyasya matparaha Ananyenaiva yogena Mam dhyayanta upasate Ye tu sarvani karmani Mai sanyasya matparaha Ananyenaiva yogena Mam dhyayanta upasate.
So now we say, okay, now I've told you about those who worship Nirguna Brahma. Now I'm going to tell you about those who worship Saguna Brahma. Let's look. Ye, those two, means two. On the other hand, ye, sarvani karmani mai sanyasya. Those who, all of their actions, they offer it to me, mai sanyasya, they renounce it and they offer it to me. Matparaha, they regard me as the supreme goal. And how are they? Ananye neva yogena, means ananyena yogena. With this single pointed devotion, mam dhyayanta upasate. Those who worship me in this way, I do something for them. Now, do something for them will come in verse 7, but first we'll tackle verse 6. So in verse number 6, he says, this term you all have heard before, offer all your karmas to me, have me as the goal, worship me with single-pointed devotion. We've all heard this before. But just to refresh our memory, what does it mean? So first we'll go with the word matparaha. Matparaha means that God is the center of my life. And God is the goal in my life. Some people feel like, if I worship God, then what about my family? I might forget about them. Or what about work? What happens? What about all of these things that I'm into? If you keep saying worship God, worship God, worship God, make God the center, make God the goal, what happens to everybody else? Well, that's because we haven't understood God fully. God means everyone. God means totality. God means everything. So by worshiping God, it means I'm worshiping everyone. How so? Hanumanji. Who did he worship?
Rama.
Lord Ram. Every breath of his was Rama, Rama, Rama. But because he worshipped Rama, what did he do? He helped Mother Sita, he helped Sugriva, he inspired all the Vanaras because he saw all of them as nothing other than Rama. So even if Hanumanji kept saying Rama, 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 he gave himself to the world because he knew the world was Rama. So it's not two separate things. We should not think that right now I'm worshipping God and then when I get home I have to take care of my family. Then I have to go to work. No. Taking care of your family is a worship of God. Being at work is a worship of God. And that's the beauty of Sanatana Dharma. There's no way to not worship God. Means in everything we do, we can worship God. I mean, if you look at our prayers, it's so beautiful because you wake up in the morning and then you Samudra Vasane Devi, right? You worship Mother Earth, worship God. When you take a bath, Gange Chayamune Devi, right? Or Kara Agre Vasate Lakshmi. Means every time you're worshipping God. When you're cooking, you're like, okay, thinking, this is prasadam, this is for God. When you're driving, you're listening to something, this is for God. When we're working, when we're doing something, we're making it sure that it's of good quality, that it's the best efforts that we can do because it is for God, it is for people. So I start to be more conscious and I bring about a perfection in my work. And when I'm with my family, that is God. So let me spend time with them and let me do whatever I can to help them grow. Because that is also God. So God, worshipping God is never apart from our day-to-day lives. In fact, worshipping God is in and through our day-to-day lives. So Matparaha means this is it. Our whole lives are centered around God. We always do arati, but we don't know why. Why do we make a circle? We don't know why. Why not make a square? Right? Why not make a figure 8? Well, we make a circle because we say, God, you are the center of my life, and please remain that way. So, there's no such thing as work-life balance, this, that, balance, this, that. It's like, there's no thing like that in Vedanta. It means everything is God. Everything is God, and God is in and through everything. So there's no, question of all of these things. It doesn't count. Matparaha, right? And Sarvani Karmani Mai Sanyasya means everything is done as an offering. It is for, an offering means what? Means God. Every action, every word, every thought is just to grow closer to you. That's it. May everything I do be a step closer to you. I should be walking towards you. If I'm speaking, I should be going towards you. If I'm thinking, it should be going towards you. This is what it means to renounce my actions, to say that whatever you gave me this body for, I'm using it to go back to you. Then I know that I'm actually making use of my life. If I am using my God-given abilities to walk away from God, then that's a waste. That's Mahati Vinashti, Kenopanishad says. And it says, Ananye Neva Yogena. Means it is fully focused and single-pointed. There's no dissipation of energy. There's no no worry, no doubt, no this, no that. Gurudev says it so simply. He says, keep your mind where your hands are. I'm just focusing on that and that alone. Now we don't know we've lost the art of how to focus. We don't know. We don't know how to just do one thing. It's very hard. When was the last time you and I just did one thing at one time? We cannot remember. Ananyena yogena means bring yourself to what we're doing fully, and fully enjoy it, and fully be there, and just do it. Either like we're on the phone and doing something, or sitting and doing something, or like just read, just speak, just listen, just watch. We miss the beauty of life when we forget how to just do one thing well. So he says, those Saguna Bhaktas who have this quality, then to them I do something very, very spectacular. And what is that thing? You'll have to wait till tomorrow. So that way you come back. So we have a few minutes. I will just summarize what we've done because we've done quite a bit. This chapter is also a little bit heavy if we go into that. So it starts with Arjuna and his question, saying that, I've heard that God is with form, I've heard that God is formless, so should I worship God with form or God with formless? That God is formless. And in this verse, we drew out Nirguna Brahma and Saguna Brahma, the difference between the two. One is with qualities, one is without. One is not the non-doer, and then one is the karma phaladata. So we went over those various differences. And then Lord Krishna says, before you even ask this question, let me tell you what true worship means, what devotion means. And he said, Maya Vesha Manoyena means the one who has unconditional love for me. And we saw that the one whose mind is penetrated in me. And the mind is penetrated in me because they have unconditional love for me. And they have love for me because they have identified with me. They've built a relationship with me. So they have that love and they have faith. They have faith that whatever is happening is right. It is correct. It is as it should be. Not only that, but that faith is steadfast. It's not shaky. It's not that if I get what I want, God's good. And if I don't, I don't know. It's not that kind of faith. And he says, this is what it means to worship. And so this implies that there's saguna, there's a relationship. See, and then he says, let me tell you about the nirguna. The ones who worship nirguna, it's difficult because we saw so many kinds of indicators that it is, avyakta, unmanifest, achintya, unthinkable, anirdesha. You can't describe it. You can't describe it, and then it is, so it must be formless, and it's all pervasive, and it's immovable, and it's unchangeable, and it's eternal. And the way they worship is they restrain the senses, they negate everything. And those who are in this Nirguna Brahma, who worship me as Nirguna Brahma, their only main concern is Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha, means they're engaged in the welfare of all beings. They have no personal agenda, and they're Sarvatra Samabuddhi. They have that even-mindedness. Those are the ones who worship Nirguna. But let me tell you, Arjuna, that's really hard. It's klesha. Why? Because many people want to jump too quickly on the game. And the truth is, it's hard because so many people are still attached to their body. If they're so attached to the body, how do they expect to see me without a body? So, in this way, Arjuna, fix your mind whatever your mind holds. Wherever your mind can focus on, wherever your mind can concentrate on, that's what you hold. It doesn't matter whether it's Nirguna or Saguna. And now, let me tell you about the Saguna Brahma worshippers. When they offer everything to me, meaning when they make me as the center of their lives, as the goal of their lives, and when they renounce all their karmas to me, which means every step is towards me, and when they are supremely focused, then there's something that I do for them. And so this is how the start of chapter 12 unfolds. Okay? So tomorrow we will see very beautifully the technique of becoming a Saguna Brahma worshipper, and then we will also see who is the ideal Bhakta in God's eyes. So it's a very beautiful verse. Okay? So we'll say the close-up prayer.
Hari Om.